Hi, good morning. Myself Apuru Jyoti. Today we are going to learn about the administration in the kingdom. How will the office work done, or how will be the different kinds of ministers they'll be working there. How do they distribute the work? Everything will be learning now. Many of these new kings adopted high sounding titles such as Maharaja, Adiraja, Great King, Overlord of Kings, Tribhuvana Chakravarti, Lord of Three Worlds, and so on. Yes, so new kings started coming up and they started adding new titles to their name. Means they are adding titles to their name beside their names like Maharaja, Adiraja. Means they themselves started adding great names for their beside their names so that people can think that these are very big rajas, we need to respect them like that. uh, Even like Tribhuvana Chakravarti, they started adding these three words to their names beside their names so that people can think about them in a great manner. However, in spite of such claims, they often shared power with their Samantas as well as with the association of peasants, traders, and Brahmins. So, though they are adding great names to their beside their names, great titles beside their names like Maharaja, Adiraja, they are sharing their power, right? They are giving their power to the samantas, other ministers, or this peasants leaders. Association will be there, no, like group of peasants together called as association. Those for those associations, traders, businessmen, brahmins, they are sharing their power with these people so that they also be treated equally. In each of these kingdoms, resources were obtained from the producers, that is, peasants, cattle keepers, artisans, and traders, were made to surrender a part of what they produced and sold. So, for kingdom, okay, now these people are also been given some powers like traders, peasants, Brahmins, Samantas, and all, right? Teacher, why do these people also get some powers from the king? Well, why do they have that chance? Because for the kingdom they want resources for all the people to produce food and all, right? So these resources, all the resources which are required for the kingdom, they are being provided, produced by who? Peasants. Rice and all food items are produced by peasants, farmers, cattle keepers like milk and all, artisans, basket weavers, or some other artisans like stitching. And so these people, what they do, whatever they produce or whatever they prepare, they go and sell that in the kingdom. They surrender all their produce and sell those produce to the kingdom, means to the king. And then what the king does, he'll be giving some powers to them from his hand. He's a king, right? He have many powers, means all complete power under him. So he'll give few powers to them after they give their produce, like peasants, they give their food items, cattle keepers like milk, wool, and all, they'll be giving to him. Sometimes these were claimed as rent due to a lord who asserted that he owned the land. So sometimes, uh, as a power they are giving, no, king have given them power. In that respect, they are giving that whatever they produce, they are going and giving to the king. In some cases, in other cases, what happens? They treat that whatever the produce which they are giving to the king, no, as rent amount, because they have the land, no, like tax or the rent they'll be paying to the king. Revenue was also collected from the traders. So from the businessman, revenue money was also collected, like in the name of cess in the sense tax, sistu, like that. These resources were used to finance the king's establishment as well as for the construction of temples and forts. Teacher, then what do they use this money or all the wealth or the resources which different people are giving? You got a doubt, right? Already king have a lot of money. King will be getting money from these people, and the money which he got like this, he used that money for constructing temples, forts, and for building like king's establishment, establishing new buildings, or providing services to the people, or constructing temples, forts, like that. They were also used to fight wars, which were in turn expected to lead to the acquisition of wealth in the form of tribute and access to land, as well as trade routes. So sometimes we all know that if king is there, one kingdom and the other kingdom are going to fight with each other, so that the other one who is defeated, all their wealth, all the money of the other kingdom who lost the war are taken by the winning party, right? So like that, sometimes kings also used to fight the war, so that all the wealth which is there with the other king can be taken by him, and the routes which are there, like to travel, those routes are also allowed for the kingdom to do business and all. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.